First up is A Man Called Ove. This is a Swedish movie recommended by this cosplayer. I can't say her name. She did an AMA the other day, and I asked for a movie recommendation, and this is one of the ones that she recommended, and I'm so glad she did because I freaking loved it. It's so good. It's based off a book from 2012. Yeah, there it is. Apparently, the book is really emotionally devastating. The movie is good, but like the book just like destroys people. The basic premise is there is a grumpy old man who just does grumpy old man things, and it's just great. It's an interesting mix of like a very dark comedy, dark comedy, dark humor, and like a lighthearted drama, and like some romance stuff too. And it's just it kind of I don't know, it's really surprising, like all the different things. It can be very predictable at times, and that kind of got a little annoying in the first half. But then by the second half, I was just so sucked in. I didn't really care if I like knew what was gonna happen. It wasn't a big deal. It's just like a part of the story. It's fine. Yeah, so like I definitely recommend this one, and I think I'm actually gonna recommend it to my parents even though like the dark humor might be just like a little too much for them. I feel like the book might even be better because, like I was saying, it's supposed to be freaking great, and it's on my wish list for my birthday. My birthday's coming up, by the way. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one, and it's all in Swedish, so you know you got to read. But I don't mind that stuff. It's good times. Good times. I know, you know that I'm not telling the truth. Okay, yeah, it's Psych 2, Lassie Come Home. This is a made-for-TV movie, I guess, basically. But it came out on the Peacock, which is such a not great streaming service. It's the second movie. It's based off, the TV show Psych, which is a phenomenal show. I love this show so much. I have all of it on DVD right over there. I kind of want to get it on Blu-ray, too. And yeah, if you like, don't just watch this movie if you've never seen Psych. You should just watch the show. But if you have seen the show, I do think it's worth the watch. I liked it. I liked the first movie, but I think I like this one more. This one felt more like just a longer episode, which is what they were going for. And kind of some of there's a sad story behind this movie too, which is like right before they were filming the first movie, one of the main actors, the guy who plays Lassie, Timothy Udmundson, let's go with that. He suffered a stroke, and so he wasn't able. He recovered. He's fine now. Well, as fine as he can be. But he was barely able to do anything in the first movie, so they're like, let's just make the second one all about him, and I'm so glad they did because I think that was the right choice. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun seeing their antics again. Like, if you're familiar with the show, you'll like it. To me, it felt a lot like the last season, where it's kind of like more standalone-ish episodes. And it was good. I did like the last season, but not as much as the rest of the show. And so, yeah, it was still good, still decent. I definitely immediately called who the bad guy was in like a few of the plot points. And that was a little frustrating, but I mean, you're there for like their chemistry, the humor. It's silly, it's goofy, it's just fun times. They say their quotes, and it's you always giggle and stuff. And so yeah, if you're a fan of the show, you'll like it. I liked it. It's good. It's decent. Yeah. And lastly is Lockout. My camera's up so much higher than normally, so that was kind of a pain to do. Anyway, that kind of fits in perfectly with this movie because this movie is not good. Anyway, so it is a 2012. Technically, it's a French movie. It's all in English, though. Don't worry. Starring Guy Pearce and the lady who got taken in the movie Taken, and some other people who you would recognize, but I don't want to say their names. Yeah, so I went into this knowing that it's just a ripoff of Escape from LA, but in space. And it's just supposed to be dumb and cheesy and ridiculous. And I thought that's what I was in the mood for, but man, I did not care for this movie at all. Like, Guy Pearce had like great personality, like he had so much charisma, and he was what was really keeping my attention. But then he went away for like 5 minutes while other stuff was happening, and it just completely lost me. And then when he did come back, he would say these like sexist or racist things, and I'm just like, oh, I don't like you. And like I tried to stop in the movie for a little bit and then coming back to it, but like, yeah, no, I just did not care for it. And like, one of the things that really got me, besides like the racist and sexist comments, and also the fact that it's a movie about prison, where everyone's white. It's like, cool. Also, a joke that I thought of while watching it was like, they're like, oh, this prison's for all like the worst of the worst people, you know, murderers and rapists. And I'm like, no, you mean like people who are holding a small amount of marijuana. Like that's who would actually get sent there, not, you know, people who deserve to be in prison for the rest of their lives or a long time. But yeah, anyway, it's not a good movie. The other thing that really got me though was there was some really bad, really bad CGI. It looked just like a cartoon, and I'm like, I can't. If like the entire aesthetic was this way, I would totally be fine with it. But it's just like this sequence, this car chase sequence, where it's just awful. Also, just for the record, I don't think that people who hold a small amount of marijuana should be in jail for the rest of their lives. Very much so against that. Marijuana should be legal, and really, just the drug reform needs to change immensely. Everything with drugs needs to change. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is that this movie sucks. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I was drunk, I could have gotten into it more, or just like been in a different mood. But yeah, maybe I'll probably give this movie a shot again in like a few years. But yeah, no, it wasn't good. Wasn't good. No, disappointed. Oh well, it's really hot. I'm gonna turn my AC back on. Okay, bye.